Mic check 1 2 1 2. How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. I see we got three real homies in the crib. And I want to welcome everyone to the Points Blank Experience. I am your host that sometimes does the most. It is your boy Rod. As you can see from the thumbnail, we are going to be getting to know. Yes, it's me, honey. No, it's me, Wanston. Yes, honey. And yo, it's your boy Leo. When they come together, I always say they form the house of X. And without any further ado, let me go ahead and bring myself in here. What is going on, everyone? I apologize for the lighting. As you can see, your boy done broke his studio down to the smallest molecule. I had to make up one for the house of X because I wasn't going to reschedule this live stream, this interview, this conversation. And as you can see, I got my Channel of the Year award on my mom. Let me turn this around, man. I got over here looking at the wall like she in time out or something. Let me bring her around. But y'all, this interview is long overdue, man. And I had made a statement that I wasn't going to interview anybody in 2025 that I had interviewed before. And a couple people came to mind. Vern, the first person to interview me, Angie Pooh. And I know Vern was a little busy, and I was a little busy, and Angie was traveling. But then the third people, which ended up being four, was Leo and Wanston. And what I thought about was how many people, they don't know this. I've never told them this. But I thought about how many people I've met virtually on YouTube because of them. Not because of PBT, not because of Rod, because I would go to their lives and it was so fun. And I'd speak to people and speak to them. And then I did a show with Leo with Wanston. And then they interviewed me. And then the ball kept going. So tonight, we're about to witness, as I always say, I only bring the best of the best on here. Tonight, we're going to witness greatness in many forms. We're going to have some fun. I have some questions. I have some interesting questions. I have a couple of tough questions, but at the end of the day, I have some fun questions. Because when I think of Leo and Wanston, and I've had the privilege of meeting Wanston in person in New York and Manhattan, and Leo was under the weather. When I think of them together, I think of fun. I don't think of drama. I don't think of seriousness. I think of fun. Now, they all business now, but I think of fun. And without any further ado, let me see who up in here. I don't speak and all that. And I do have a couple things I want to say. First and foremost, my interviews are going to be all over the place. Meaning I will ask a question on one topic and jump to the next. This interview is not scripted. They have no clue what I'm going to ask except one question. And I just told them that backstage. The reason I do that is to keep not only the guests, but the audience in tune and wondering what's coming next. We have two simple slogans here. Number one, it's real talk from a point blank perspective. Number two, it's more than a YouTube channel, it's an experience. Let me make sure they're ready. And ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour. Some know him as Leo. Some know him as Wanston. Some know him as a gamer. Some know him as a brunch cooking son of a gun. But at the end of the day, they come together, and tonight I bring to the world the House of X Entertainment Incorporated, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on?
Hey guys, get it, thank God.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man? How y'all
doing? Thank you for having us. Yes, we finally made it.
Y'all should have
making it or not.
Y'all should have been here years ago. And that was like they say in Dallas, it's on me, baby. It was on me. That was all me. Y'all should have been here. And I must say, as I look at the backdrop, man, I was watching one of y'all videos today. And that's going to be one of the questions that I have. But as a matter of fact, I'm going to start it off like that. Y'all was in a park, and I could see the buildings in the background, and I felt like I was there. Why did y'all stop doing those videos?
Because our schedule picked up with being outside. Our schedule picked up, and a lot of people don't know, just because we have we do a lot of different things outside in the summertime. And when you present yourself as cosplayers and also a company, a lot of times people want to invite you to their events. So we either get paid or we're asked to be there at certain events. So our schedule kind of picked up, and that's more so of the drive where we want to take the company, because a lot of times we told everybody we're much more than just YouTube. Even though YouTube is like the stepping stone, we're much more.
You could have gave a short answer, Mary. That was long.
We gonna talk about Miss Mary, because when I first started watching y'all, I thought there was a Miss Mary. But before I go any further, can y'all do me a favor? Do the people in the back a favor. Can y'all tell them a little bit about House of X? Not too much, because I got a whole lot of questions. I'm gonna give y'all the stage, but I'm gonna be right here, baby.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Well, the House of X, as y'all know, is originally was a drag house. It was my drag house that I started in New Jersey when I lived there back in 2008. And then when I got married to my husband, Wanston turned it into an entertainment company, and that's what we are now.
Yes. So we are a media company. We give you entertainment on a broader standpoint. Your local live broadcast, restaurant, wherever you are, we are going to give you entertainment on a broader standpoint.
I always say we're like a media / gaming company, because that's what I want. I want a gaming company, but that's how I describe it. But yeah, we're a media company, so we do interviews and stuff like that. But we definitely be in the bars.
Yes.
We definitely be in the bars. Like you watch the video, we in the bars, child. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that, man. I saw that, and I came back. Not that y'all was taking too long. What's up, man? I got to speak to some of the people in the house. We got real quick, because I'm about to jump in these questions. And while I'm pulling these, we got House of X Entertainment said, "What up, family?" And I could just hear Wanston saying it. Y'all may hear me. I'm not gonna try to do it. It just happened. You may hear me sound like Leo one moment, sound like Wanston one moment. I may sound like Rod. I don't know, man. They be having me confused sometimes. I messed up today. If y'all ever hear their song, their intro song, you're gonna be singing it all day. I'm telling you, they stay entertaining. Boy, once you hear it, it's an epidemic, man. Anyway, I'll be at work in a presentation from 8 to 9. I'll be late to it. Sorry, that's all right. Event yours. We know you'll be here when you can. No such thing as late to my live, because there's always a replay. What up, everyone? We got it's me, Wanston. Yes, honey, one half of House of X, House of X. Prince Daniel in the crib says, "How you doing, Uncle Rod? What it do, man? I'm chilling, moving and chilling." We got the mighty meet and I part of the alliance in the house says, "What's up, PBE, House of X? Peace to the chat." And don't you forget Legendary Leo. Oh, I got to find out about Legendary Leo. I ain't never heard of that one. Trio 301 TV says House of X is in the building. And we got my right hand fam. Greetings at Point Blank Experience at House of X Entertainment Inc. and chat. What's in the cup, man? This is some coffee. Kim Dean says, "Good evening, man. This is some coffee, bro." They got my what's left. I promise this is coffee, man. I'm still on my hiatus from the drinking situation. But back to the interview. So, Leo and Wanston, finally, after years of me wanting to have y'all here, I ain't gonna say y'all wanted to be here, but now we come together. And my first question: what was it like growing up as Leo and Wanston?
Okay, so you can start.
And you can give me the short
I can start.
the remix. I don't care, man. I'm just moving it.
Well, that's a very good question. Thank you for asking that. I'm the last of 3 children. I grew up in a 3-story family house. What else? Like any other family, you start, on welfare or whatever. And what happened is my grandmother had passed when we were young. So we lived upstairs and my grandmother lived downstairs. And my sister lived with my grandmother and my mother raised the boys, basically. So when my grandmother passed, we moved downstairs and she left us the house. So I got, finally got my own room, because I was living with my brother and he was like, dropping me up the wall because he's older and I'm younger. So I was happy to move downstairs. I got my own room. I would say grew up spoiled. You know what I mean? Last of 3 children, got my own room, lots of toys, lots of video games, lots of bicycles. I'm really good at rollerblading. Like I was known for that stuff growing up. What else? I was on the double dutch team. I did a little bit of track. But that was just me following my sister's lead because growing up, I watched her win a lot of trophies, so I was just following her lead. You know what I mean? Yeah, she had went to college and graduated from Hofstra University, so she kind of led how the rest of us would grow up and live our life. So I'm used to like competing and winning stuff and stuff like that. So shout out to my sister.
Oh man! That's what I want to hear right there. That's what I want to hear right there. I want to hear the old House of H. Just out the blue. You know what and I got a question because man, if y'all ever watch Wanston when he be cooking or when he ain't cooking, now I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna ask you a question anyway. But if you ever watch Wanston, he'll say you can ask yes. And so you can tell. Hold on, Wanston. Hold on. I ain't got to yet. You can tell Wanston that you walking in the street in it, and all you see is a 2 million foot drop, and he gonna be like, yes, PDT, yes. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so Wanston, what was it like for you growing up?
Well, for me, of course, I grew up on an island, which is called St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. 32 square miles, people, 32 square miles. I am the last boy on my father's side, God rest his soul, out of 9 boys.
Your father was just out there, huh?
Yeah.
Shake a leg, honey.
I am my mother's only son. I have one other sibling by my mom, which is my sister. It wasn't as peaches and cream as you can say. There were times I felt I was in a world by myself. I didn't always have the sibling love because we always separated. But I knew my mother always told me to strive for excellence. I was in everything that there was in school, FCCLA, FBLA, fundraising for school. I was in the cadets. I knew I was always different.
Different? No, girl.
I never did the manual labor. I never went out and hang out with the girls or be around the girls. So I knew at that point I was always a different child.
You mean girls as in females, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you did our lingo. We speak girls. That's how I was like.
Yeah. So I was always into like the computers and studying. I was the person that got the homework in on time. So yeah.
Nita and I bring up a good question because I was trying to. And by the way, y'all have something playing in the background?
Yeah, it's the neighbor down.
The neighbor down. Okay, for y'all that don't know, let me just clarify. We live in the ghetto. I know it's hard to believe that because we got the fancy clothes on and the glasses and all that. So y'all probably think we live in some mansion. No, but this is the ghetto. So the neighbor downstairs, I don't know if he likes black people or gay people, but he ain't feeling us. Okay, he turns his television all the way up. Now for y'all that don't know, because you don't know, because you ain't here, we've been going through this for a whole year with him. Police has been here, the building manager's been here. Nobody really has the answers that any of us can help each other with. So it's like we don't really care situation, not us, but like the building.
Yeah.
So we just let it go. And getting back to what you had said earlier about Wanston, that's kind of why we did the lives outside, so you guys can get the best quality of us.
Oh, no. The quality good. I just say, hey, man, because I'm talking a little louder. I just closed out everything I had. I was scared I would close out the live stream because I thought maybe I had something in the background. I said,
no. Welcome to the ghetto, y'all.
But he must got a hell of a speaker down. He must got one of them 1985 Beach Street speakers in his apartment or something. Anyway,
he's like not judging people, but like the guy downstairs is like old and lonely, so he might be.
Yeah, y'all might need to get him a hearing aid for Christmas because I don't think he can hear.
He lives by himself. He's like very like.
Yeah, all right. I like that. I'm gonna use that when I get in the park. I live by myself, y'all. I'm getting old. I can qualify for senior discount. But hey, check it out, man. Leo, I was trying to ask because I didn't catch what team you. And first of all, me and I ask if y'all have a question, put an emoji in front of it, or I don't care what it is. It could be a star, a horse. I don't care. That'll let me know it's a question as I cruise through these. Hey, you was on the Double Dutch team?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I ain't never heard of that.
yeah. So growing up, like, I don't know, my life is like spectacular and then not spectacular. So I was always encouraged to use my talent, and I always did until I got to junior high school, like after junior high school. So after being on the Double Dutch team and doing track and stuff, like I guess I had a lot of what you would call, to me, talent, but I guess like signs that I was going to grow up and be gay to other people. So when you're growing up and people are teasing you a little bit, you kind of develop a different style. So after being on the Double Dutch team, I prepared myself for high school and I stopped using my talent for like about 4 to 5 years. And I kind of switched my style to like more hip hop and ghetto and, you know, but that, you know, that was high school days. Still nice, not that nice. I was probably a little meaner in high school, but yeah, man. But yeah, I was on Double Dutch team in junior high school. We went to the Double Dutch contest and everything. It was like an amazing experience at the time for, you know, little Leo.
I'm gonna have to call Arkansas, and during the days when I ain't got nothing to do, I might take a poll. Cause I'm gonna see how many schools got Double Dutch teams. Cause I never, I mean, in school I just never knew it. Cause I know some sisters back in the day that could Double Dutch, and to hear you was on the team, you must have been bad.
It was cool to see other people that could do it though, because I only thought a few boys could do it. But like when you go to like the big, you know, schools and stuff, you see a whole bunch of people that can do it. And it's like, oh wow, this is really cool. Like a whole bunch of people have this gift. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this gonna segue into my next question without me even looking at my. Y'all see me looking down. My questions are on my phone. You Double Dutched, and Wanston said you didn't hang out with the girls, right?
No, I was more so into like junior ROTC, FCCLA, FBLA. I was in wherever there was somewhere I could say that I could have been a part of and take charge. That's where I was.
Okay, so you were in charge in a masculine type way, and Leo was Double Dutching. And then, at what point did y'all realize? At what point did you realize, even whether you let other people know or not, at what point did you yourselves realize, hey, I'm gay?
For me, it was high school. I hit it in elementary school. I hit it in middle school. It was high school. It was this girl. We was in the same junior ROTC company, ROTC class, and she was going through something, and I was like the person that's the listening ear, because her mother was domestic to her father, and she didn't know how to verbally talk about it, so she would always write it, and then I would write back to her in class. And then one day she asked me, and then I wrote it to her, and I said, I haven't told anybody because of where we live and the parents I have. Then she said, well, meeting your mother, I think she would accept, but your father, no. So she was the only person I told besides my family and even my mother. Publicly coming out, I didn't probably come out until I left St. Thomas.
Oh, well, we're coming out.
Yeah.
I'm coming out. No, me, I knew at a young age I was gay. I just knew that because I'm from the 2 line. Right now we live on the D line. So I'm originally from the Bronx, but I'm by like Gun Hill, White Plains, and all that. Growing up, I knew I had to like get a lot of girlfriends in front like I was straight, because in my area there's nothing but Jamaicans. So, you know, you would cheat him on this and body on that and child, listen, okay. So I always had to have a girlfriend somewhere in the picture.
So you knew you was gay, but you had a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Like a facade to cover it up.
Oh yeah, most
Okay.
definitely.
So that's pretty interesting. Now I do have to go through some of these questions. I did see a couple questions here. Uh, and now this here is hilarious. Now, but I'm gonna take it serious because Leo and I said you don't want none of this double dutch smoke. They got that. Him and Joe Griffin gonna take on you at once.
Oh my goodness.
Now
That what that was like. It's crazy. It's like I think that was like my first passion. That's in camp. If there was a rope, I'd ask the girls if I could jump, and they were like so amazed that I could jump. If we were on the block, if there was a rope, I would jump. Like no matter where there was a rope, I just couldn't. I had to jump double dutch.
I can't even jump a single rope. Like doing this here, I can't do this. So I knew I wasn't trying to. I wasn't too coordinated, man. Which we're gonna talk about in a minute. So, your favorite couple has a question. Will you be releasing volume 2 of your book soon, Wanston? I know the answer because I was watching it.
It will be coming out is coming out 2027 of October. That will be the 5th year anniversary of volume 1, and it will be releasing in 2027 of volume 2. So I decided to do it that way because I can do a big celebration of the first copy and of volume 1, and then I'll publish volume 2 in 2027.
Gotcha. Okay. I heard it here. Not first, because they just said this on their channel, but you just heard it here on the Points Blank Experience, 2027. Do you have a title for it yet? No, I don't even know.
It's the same thing. Pain Leads to Purpose, Volume 2. Total different cover and everything, but it's Volume 2.
Okay. Now I got a question. And this is no right or wrong question. It's just a question. I've never asked this question. I'm only asking because the person
I gotta tease him real quick because he said I got a question, but it's an interview. I'm gonna need you to get with the program, sir.
No, I have
supposed to ask a question, but you don't say.
No, this
question. Got to say I got a question.
This ain't a question about y'all. This is a question about me. That's why I'm trying to do a prelude to it. So when y'all look at rock, PBT, whatever the hell you want to call me, what do y'all think? Just in 2 words, 2 or 3 words, not no long speech, just 2 or 3 words.
Wait, he asked us what we think of him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy. I always say nice and giving.
Yeah.
Those are my, because you've always been nice to us and you've always been very giving. So I remember you like that.
Nice and giving, business.
For me, well, for one, I knew we were the same sign, but for me, I always tell people you have to grow on me in order for me to like get to know a person. So learning your knowledge, learning your personality, learning who you are, and then meeting you in person. Okay, I said, okay, Rod is down with the down. So
you got to clarify that. They may not know what that means.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm down with the down, but I don't know what the hell that means. I don't know
they might take that the opposite way.
Meaning
no, I ain't down with the down, y'all. I ain't down with
meaning that you are a very much cool person. That's what I mean. That, you know, your vibe, your intelligence, you know, that
he's intelligent.
Oh,
I guess, Mary.
All right, the reason I asked that question, y'all see a young lady on the screen, Kim Dean, and her comment is not many in Arkansas. We're talking about double dutchers, double dutch teams, serious double dutch jumping in Chicago growing up. I'm gonna share a story, being that we're on the Points Blank Experience and my relationship with Kim. We actually went to high school, graduated together. And the business-minded, giving, fun-loving, laid-back, chill dude wasn't totally like that back then. Now we talking 85 to 87, I temporarily lost my mind. Not really. But somehow I decided to run for student council president and won. I had no agenda. I got up there, my speech was a rap, and I won. I took the whole school by storm. Well, my buddies talked me into doing a little smoking during lunch, and I decided to join on in with them at school. And them fools got caught, snitched on me, and I just snitched on myself, and everybody got in trouble. So I had to resign. So before there was a Clinton, Rod was Clinton. They was going to impeach me, but they talked me into resign. I got tired of talking about it. And I told them the only way I would resign as student council president if Kim, who ran for vice president and won, without become the president. They went for it, and she actually became the president of the student council. So it's good to see her. Anyway, back to the regular schedule program. So coming up to the day, we went back. We talked about when we realized you were gay. Back then, now, today, do y'all face any stereotypes about being gay?
When I first moved to New York, when I had first got here, literally when I first got to New York, it was like, it was pull and tug when I first got here. It made me not want to be in my own skin. After years went by, it's like you brush it off, because there's a saying that when someone says that, they want to be you. They want to be truthful and open just like you, but they're hiding in their own skin. So you brush it off and you just keep going. Now it don't bother me because I'm much more than just my sexuality.
Okay, you go ahead, sexuality, child.
I know, man. Wanston over here, Wanston was ready. He said, Wanston, you say you more than your sexuality. I like that. Okay. What about you, Leo?
What about you?
He said, did we face any stereotypes?
Yeah, stereotypes.
Yeah, about being gay, like you're not strong, or you can't fight, or you take a long time.
Probably that one. People assume every gay person can't fight. I've never had a fight. I mean, I've always been like very cool with everybody, very laid back, very Leo's the life of the party. You know what I mean? I learned how to be more aggressive when I need to be. But I've never had to like swing a punch or anything. I don't let things get out of hand like that.
Boy, hell, y'all, that's why I like these things. I've been learning, Leo. I thought you was knocking dudes out like back in the day, like earlier in the week. You just look, man. Maybe it's the shades, man.
Like, you know what I mean?
I've always like Hulk. You ever seen that TV show Hulk back in the day? I think he was on Spencer. Yeah, you might be too young for that, but
you mean the Green Hulk? Yeah. Well,
not the Hulk
TV show.
No, not the Hulk. It was a black dude named Hulk. Anybody remember Hulk? Put a one in the chat. I'll pull him up in a minute and show you. I'm telling you, you remind me of him. But so, do you think you could throw a point?
What is that?
Oh, I forgot. Do you think you could throw a punch?
Yeah.
Man, go down there and tell that damn neighbor, turn that shit down, man. Tell him you got the new and improved our city.
I know. I think even Wanston knows how to throw a punch. You know?
Now see,
a lot of times.
But I think we also knew we were gay because we don't do like I want to say manly labor.
Yes.
Like I don't like those type of jobs.
I think the biggest
lifting up stuff.
I think the biggest stereotype for me was the non-acceptance from my own father.
Woo!
So and I'll give you how it was. I'm telling y'all something that's in the books. If you want to read it. If you want to get the rest of the tea, go get the book. So a former ex-boyfriend way before Leo, he found my parents' phone number in my phone. And we had broken up at the time and everything. First boyfriend. And ever. And I happened to call my mother and she said, I think you need to tell me something. And I said, what are you talking about? She said, somebody called, said that they were your boyfriend and all that different type of stuff. I said, okay. And then my father was on the other line, and I said, "Well, Ma, how do you feel about it?" She said, "I don't care. You're still my son." However, my father, because he's from Antigua, Jamaican, that was the biggest stigma for me, because when he said I'm not his child. So not only am I carrying your last name, but I'm in the world by myself. So then it was, I wasn't getting any money from my mother anymore, and I wasn't being supported as a child was supposed to be supported, and everything was cut off. So I was like, okay, fine, I'm good. So that, to me, I was told everything besides a stranger telling me whatever they could say. You know, even though my other siblings have already, he didn't mean. I said, what the fuck you didn't mean? Sorry, Rod. What the fuck you didn't mean? He didn't mean it. I said, do you know what I had to go through when he said that? Do you know how I dealt with it? What the fuck you mean that he didn't mean it? So, I mean, I've talked to my other siblings, and they said, well, he didn't mean to say it. What the fuck you mean that he didn't mean to say that? So, to me,
all right, girl.
To me, that was the biggest stigma that anybody else could say.
You know, and that just listening at that, you know, a lot of times, and I'll be honest, that was a concern when I got to a point in my life and realized that I was at a point where I could make a child, was to have a son that would be gay. Now, I never thought about a daughter. I always thought about a son. And I had two daughters, but there was that same opportunity, but I never thought about that. And people are quick to say what they would do, how they would react. And then some people react because they think society is expecting them to react that way, or they're worried about what society is going to say. They ain't worried about the child. In this case, Wanston, they're worried about what Billy and Bobby and Harry at the job, and what the people at the church, and what the people around the corner, and what the neighbors got to say. But they ain't looking in the corner at the non-verbal communication that's taking place that I just heard right here from Dallas all the way up to New York. The nonverbal communication, that man could have stopped talking. And I heard the pain, not from last year, not from last week, but from yesteryear. That goes way back. It ain't no damn YouTube interview. It ain't no nothing. But that individual that can conquer the pain that they go. That's just a little note from ROD for PBE. Now, again, back to the regular schedule program. So, we got the stereotype. We realize, now we're going to get off the gay train, man. We're going to get off the gay train. But we're going to come back to that mug. But we're going to get out for a minute. I remember watching y'all many moons ago, and y'all said, hey, man, where you never from? You never been on a plane, PBT. And when y'all said that, I vividly remember my first time getting on a plane was going to boot camp in the Navy. I had never been on a plane until I was 18. Probably went on that end if I wasn't going to boot camp.
Yeah.
So what was it like when y'all first took your first flight?
For me, it was like, okay, I like traveling. Now, our first time traveling was supposed to be for Edna's group cruise on the Freedom. However, we wind up going to Greensboro. Now, I told this story a couple of times. I said, Leo, are you ready? We're going on a plane. Have you been on a plane before? He done swore up and down. Wanted, I'm fine. Just give me my iPod.
Okay, hold on, time out. Do the home shake. Hey. This is how I remember it. I'm not even talking about the trip. When I was a kid, I went to some type of fair and I won something, and they gave me an airplane thing, a pin. So that's probably why I got it confused, thinking I had been on a plane.
So okay, fine. We get on the plane. The pilot says, "Buckle up," all that good stuff.
I remember that. I think I wanted a goldfish that day too.
Yeah.
Not that I knew how to take care of a goldfish.
I'm there, trying to say my, thank you, Jesus, my couple of Hail Marys, all that good stuff. And next thing you know, as the plane gets ready to take off, he grabs me so tight, I swear to God. And I said, girl, what you doing?
Okay, in my defense, wait a minute. The plane was very skinny. It was very skinny. It was a very skinny plane. Like the seats were like right on top of each other.
Well, they all skinny.
I wasn't ready for the takeoff.
So we
what you got to be in a Hummer?
Everything. I swear, I called the flight attendant. I said, whatever you have back there, if it's brown, light, can you please bring it? He has never been on a plane before. So she brought whatever she had and he was fine.
I don't think I was a lot of places until now. Like, I have family in Ohio, so I've been to Ohio. And that's why I thought I had been on a plane before. But I'm assuming we must have drove when I was a little kid. I had family in Harlem. My other sister was in Harlem with my aunt. And I've been to Jersey, I think. That was about it until now. Like, now we're traveling.
That was the first trip that we went on. That was the first time that...
But I did go to, like, Johnny Parks and Six Flags and stuff like that growing up.
That was the first time that we actually met Keeping Up with the Griffins for, like, the first time. That was years ago, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that was years ago. Years ago. Yeah. That was when it was Keeping Up with the Griffins. No, that was when baby Drew was baking. Yeah.
Because we were eating. I was about to say dinner, but I think it was brunch.
Yes, it was brunch.
Yeah. I was very amazed with Chrissy's food, and I was like, "Is she gonna eat all that?" I probably said it just like that too, and it didn't dawn on me that she was pregnant because she had a lot of food, and I was like, "Her food looks very good." Like, it was very.
Okay. So we know y'all met some famous people.
Your favorite couple has a question. We know y'all met some famous people in New York City. Which one made a great impact?
Wait, say it again.
We know y'all met some famous people in NYC. Which one made a great impact on y'all?
All of them, if you ask me.
I would say all of them, but that's
I would say the last. Oh, yes.
I was going there.
Well, go ahead, Miss Mary.
And thank you, your favorite couple. I would say meeting Redman.
Yes, sir.
And his sister.
Get it.
I met him first, and then after like a month later, was it a month later or 2 months later?
2 months later.
2 months later, Leo met them together. Meeting him and actually getting to meet them and see how cool he was, and actually to meet his sister was actually cool, because that is one of the directions where we want to take the company. So meeting him was very cool. He's a very down-to-earth person, chill, laid back, because sometimes when you meet celebrities, you think that they're stuck up and it's, they'll just write their autograph and they go about their business. But he wasn't like that. He was really cool, take a picture, talk on the camera and stuff like that. He was not like that.
Yeah, Redman was dope to meet. I was happy we got to meet him because we got to bring Tyson with us as well.
Yeah.
We got to meet him, the owner of Def Jam.
Yeah.
And one of the characters that are actually in the Def Jam Fight for New York video game.
Yeah.
So I got all of their signatures on my video game, and we got to interview them. So they were on season 5. It was a great experience. Now I know PPT likes when we're in the field and we're doing interviews, but let me tell you, bruh, my interview, Wanston had to edit because I had totally like tripped over words trying to do an interview. It was hilarious. I was talking about my favorite song and I couldn't get the damn song out. I was like, yo, are you serious? So doing live interviews, like I'm a nervous wreck. I was like, oh my God. So the part that y'all see was the good question. I had to come up with a good question because I had just messed up trying to get the damn song out. It was crazy.
So were you doing the interview or were you being interviewed? Leo, were you doing the interview or were you being interviewed?
No, I was doing the interview, but what happened was, because I know it looks like he was interviewing me because he was passing the mic. Redman didn't know my mic was on my shirt.
Yeah.
So Wanston gave him his mic and he kept passing it to me.
Yeah.
And once I started talking, I didn't think to tell him, no, my mic is on. You know what I mean? So I was just going.
Yeah.
But it'll probably happen. Like I'm meeting famous people, I'm nervous. Like I'm not, you know what I mean? Like if I don't know you, it takes me a minute to like kick my personality on because I'm very shy when it comes to certain, you know what I mean? Because they're celebrities. We grew up watching them. So I'm like, now we get to stand next to y'all and take pictures with y'all. Like, it's like, oh my God, like what the hell? You know what I mean?
Okay. Now I do have a question here from Prince Daniel. What are some of your favorite things to do together when you're not on YouTube? That's a great question.
Have sexual intercourse.
Yeah, well, we watched WWE.
We love to drink.
Yeah.
We love to party.
Yeah.
We love to travel.
Yeah.
Traveling is really our time when we're not working. You get to see the world. You get to experience new things. So traveling definitely is one for the bucket list. It just costs a lot of money. Okay. But we love to do that. We like to taste new foods.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Not all the time do they agree with my tummy, but you know, it is what it is. It comes with old age, I think. You know, I'm up there. What else do we like to do when we're not on YouTube?
Cook, shopping.
Well, yeah, we love shopping. Fashion is oh my God, what?
Yeah.
You can always catch me at a good Macy's, child. Okay.
Yeah.
When I'm not on YouTube, I'm normally dancing. Like if I'm having like one of those days where I'm like really, really happy or really, really angry, I like to dance my energy out. So I'm always moving around and dancing. We like to go for walks because we do a lot of that, you know. Making sure, you know, your blood is pumping, your legs are moving, your arms are working, you know. You got to do that because, you know, I don't exercise, child. I don't got lazy over the years, child. So, you know, I got to get my walk on.
Now, I'm going to ask a question for the people in the back on their behalf. Why do you always wear the shades?
He said, what?
Why do you always wear the shades?
Oh, well, let me take it back to drag, okay? So this goes with that shy and nervousness thing. When we started performing, I put the glasses on so I'd be comfortable on stage for at least the first 10 minutes of song or, you know, 10 seconds of song. Then when I felt my groove, I'd take them off and hand them to my friend, and they would need them because the lights would be blinking in the club and you don't want nobody to have no seizure. So that's eventually when I started wearing glasses to perform it. But I always kept a pair of shades. For YouTube, they were a part of my style. Then I don't know, like YouTube triggered some things in me, so I tried to like wear them to make sure that like I was in a good mindset, or you know, I could easily throw my personality on, because you don't want people to come in and you're angry or you're mad or you're upset and they don't even know what's going on. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, the glasses will become the character, so that's, you know, that's what it turned into now. So that I would always be happy when I'm on camera, so I wouldn't be giving off, I guess, too much emotion.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably more emotional than Wanston is, child. And he's sensitive than I am, but you know, we just emotional people, honey. Okay.
Gotcha. Now I've seen House of X go from a media company and a gaming company, and now you guys are giving back to the community. You have a back to school drive. If I'm not mistaken, this is the second year, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm personally gonna donate to the cause. It is a great cause. Now, one of the questions I have, first of all, I'm gonna ask the question after you guys tell people a little bit about the back to school drive.
So the back to school drive, that it it basically was something the Lord put in our spirit to do.
Okay, put it in the
Uh,
spirit. Hallelujah.
we saw the need for the community where we live.
Okay, is y'all needy or not? What we doing?
And we was like, well, we should do this, but we also wanted to be a part of something in cosplay, but they didn't really invite us. So we made something of our own. So doing this last year, we knew we could do it. We just didn't know how we were going to get the book bags.
Okay, how we gonna do it, Jesus?
So last year, we got all the supplies. We put it out there on YouTube, put it out there on social media, put it out there with our family.
Okay, you got to put it in the atmosphere.
And then one particular day, we went to our pharmacy. We presented it to them. We said, "Can you guys partner with us to help us?" They said, "Okay, cool. We will help you with the book bags." And they said, "Cool." They helped us with the book bags last year as well as this year. And so basically, our goal is to fit the need of single mothers, single fathers, families, mothers that cannot afford to buy the necessities for their children. Because, like it or not, even though some people are working great jobs,
Great job, hallelujah.
they may not be able to afford school supplies for their kids.
Okay, we helping you save.
And they may have multiple children.
Ooh, not multiple. Not they out there just having sex, girl.
And they may not be able to afford enough supplies for their kids. So what we try to do is to give the parents and the child a starter kit. So you're gonna come, depending on what grade that you have, because we have all grades, all the way up to high school. You're gonna get a book bag. You're gonna get books, pencils, folders, loose sleeves, everything that you think a child would need to start school. We have it, and it's nothing that's non-name brand. Everything is name brand. It's inexpensive and it's cheap, but we try to go for the things that we know a child would need.
Okay.
Now, putting cosplay in it is because we are cosplayers.
You don't say.
I do say.
He does say.
And the kids love to see the characters and to bring positivity back to the neighborhood. So having the cosplayers there to bring the positive energy, to bring the unity back to the neighborhood, and as well doing the giveaway.
Well, I commend you guys on what you're doing, and as a businessman that look at metrics all the time, I look at analytics all the time, have for years. Have you seen any growth from year one to year two?
This year,
Yes, sir.
This year,
I said yes, sir.
This year has been our biggest year doing the giveaway, and the reason why we say that is because a lot more people with different organizations, companies, and our building that we live in, they are like thriving for it and so involved into the actual give back. So it's more so have grown a lot more to where, you know, and because we're doing it in August. So last year we did it in September. So this year it's grown a lot. You know, we have like bins everywhere, backpacks everywhere. There's also a guy that I used to work with. He lives in Milwaukee, I think we reached out to him. He saw the information, and then he said, "I'll send you 48 book bags." So yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I was just wondering because year one you have nothing to compare it to. So when you do year two, you can go back and see was there growth from year one. Doesn't have to be tremendous growth, but was there any growth? And as long as that answer is a yes, or even if it stayed the same, it gives you a reason to keep that drive going, that motivation going. But when you see people tend to taper off, that's when you start questioning, man, is it really worth the time, the effort? People don't care. And you start getting those negative thoughts in your head. So that's why I asked that question. Now, we're going to get a little deeper here. And one of the things I forgot to disclose when I started, I'm like an oven, man. I start out warming up, and then I get a little hotter and a little hotter and a little hotter. So I noticed Wanston been saying, Leo, you go first all night long. So now we're going to make Wanston go first. Wanston, what is the one thing that you love about Leo?
One thing that I love about him, he pushes me to do more and encourage me. Yes. He said one. I could have said a lot.
Well, say more. Say more.
Of course, you can say a lot, honey. No.
Say three. Say three then.
Okay, so he pushes me to do more and strive for better. Encourage me in things that I want to do. I'm not a boastful person, so I would always tell somebody, "Well, I'm qualified, but I don't boast it." He goes and he boasts it. I'm not a boastful person, so he does that. He has his own little way of showing his love. So that's what I love about him. Simple things that he would do is it makes me know that, okay, I love him for that. I'm not materialistic, but yeah, a girl may like, some nice smelling perfume, buy me the expensive shoes, of course I'll take it, but I'm not materialistic, buy me some new electronic. Oh yes, I'll take that. Yeah.
Okay. Leo, what are the things that you love about Wanston?
Now we have the first of the questions now. First of all, I love the way Wanston loves me. It's a love I've never felt before. So I definitely love him for that. I love his cooking. I love his passion. I'll see you tonight. I love his business mind. One thing I love about Wanston is he's taught me how to navigate through social media better so that I'm not so emotional. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to take your feelings and stuff out of it and just let it be what it's going to be. You know what I mean? So I love that because I'm always paying attention to Wanston. And it's like, learn from your husband because, sometimes you'll get upset about something that's not even worth getting upset about. It's like, what are you so mad about? That has nothing to do with you. So anyway, I love his business mind frame. He's very calm.
Yeah.
Even that he yelled at me earlier today for dropping my headphones. Y'all need to get him, son. Okay.
Wow.
I wasn't
yelled at you for dropping the egg rolls.
Me.
Wow. Why'd you yell at him, Wanston?
It was a pair of Apple Earbud Pros that I gave to him as a gift. And he lost the one of them.
I was trying to make it to the bathroom, y'all.
Okay. So I was like,
I had to pee.
So he takes them out of the base instead of taking the base with him. So when he wants to take them out his ear, put them back in the base and just put the base in his pocket. Like I said, Leo, but no.
Yeah, he was yelling at me. Oh my goodness.
Now, being that y'all have an alternative lifestyle.
Ooh, not an alternative lifestyle. Why we can't have a regular lifestyle like everybody else?
Okay, but now that since y'all are gay, I
Oh,
received a
now
text.
you put it all out there, child.
Well, I don't know what to say, man. I got a text that said, "Don't say they did." I say something else, and so do y'all think your subscriber count has been affected with the, the way your demeanor projects?
I would say yes and no. The reason why I would say yes, for one, if we were prostituting our sexuality,
Ooh, prostituting.
meaning if we were up here always lovey-dovey, kissing and doing all of that, of course, we would have been got the fucking plaque.
Ooh, girl, you watch your mouth stir.
But
Woo!
that's not who we are. Now, no, it's because one, we're a company. So doors that we're want to walk into, not some doors are going to be fully welcome to LGBTQ. So how you present yourself into a door and a business, you never want to present your sexuality as first. You present yourself as a man, and then you can say, or a woman, and then you can say, this is my partner, this is my lover. They have no choice but to accept you.
Okay.
So that's where we are, and that's how we've always been, and it's always taken us to success, because we walked in a lot of different bars that has never had LGBTQ events there. But when we walk in, we don't present ourselves as we're prostituting our sexuality. We're presenting ourselves as businessmen.
But for me, I think people already know we're gay, so there's no need to like turn it up. I think if we were looking for that type of audience, then it'd be easy to turn that on, like, oh, girls, split your hair and come up here with green hair. I'm like, who you talking to, Mary? That's easy to do. But I think because when we came to YouTube, we just were ourselves. So we just kept the formula going.
Yeah.
The formula going.
Yeah. So our thing is,
because I think if you turn it up, you might actually scare some people off.
Yeah.
And if you scare off people who actually do business with you, then you fucking up your own money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So our thing is, you have to love us for us, whether we're gay,
straight, transgender,
whatever,
bisexual.
Another example, T.S. Madison. She is a trans woman.
Is she?
But yes,
she better go get.
But she is a woman. She would have never made it where she is if she didn't present herself as a cisgendered woman. So sometimes, yes, it's good to lead with your identity, but to get in the door, you have to put that aside, and it's not always about your sex or who you lay down with, because you're much more.
Is you your body or no?
You know, you're much more than just who you are. Because if somebody feels uncomfortable around a gay man or a gay woman or a transgender, and you presenting yourself doing all of the gay lingo and everything else, then they may not want to partner with you or do business with you or anything.
Okay.
But if you present yourself as such and govern yourself, then yeah, you might actually make them think different. As okay, I can actually work with a gay person. I can actually work with the gay lifestyle.
We're just us. I think we sprinkle the audience with gay here and there with the gay lingo.
Yeah.
We don't overdo it.
Because people think just because you are gay, you have to go into gay doors. No, that is not who House of X is.
Well, it depends on what gay door is opening, child.
Yeah.
There's $1 billion, honey. I got to go, honey. Okay?
You know? So it's, for instance, like the place where we're having our 5-year anniversary. The bar owner, he's heterosexual, but they have had dozens of LGBT events there. But we did not present ourselves as such.
Actually, they reached out to us with the back to school.
They had reached out to us with the back to school, and that's how we made the connection.
A lot of people have been reaching out to ask us about the back to school.
Yeah,
a lot of people want to be a part of it, and it's a blessing because something so small or an idea so small you didn't think would take off the way it did.
Like when we first started our YouTube channel separate. It's me, Wanston, your boy Leo. A lot of people thought that we were brothers, we were roommates, all that different type of stuff. No one thought that
we featured each other once in a while. We didn't I think Wanston wanted his own show because he's more serious.
Yeah.
And I wanted my own show because I'm more silly. So we just wanted to show our individual personalities.
Yeah.
But like a day where we'd be tired or out all day, or you have a live schedule, and by the time the live gets there and you don't want to go on, we would just sit with each other and feed off each other's personality, and then wind up being a great live.
Yeah, nobody thought that we were actually married together, but we had already posted our whole wedding video on YouTube to get it out there. Okay, listen, this is who we are. This is who us.
I think that was his idea.
Yeah. But nobody paid attention to it. So we just said, fuck it. We ran with...
But we do have a couple of gay audiences within the audience that we have, though.
Yeah.
Okay. And the reason I asked that question, and although I don't script my lives, I don't script my interviews, I knew in this particular interview, there was going to be a point where I wanted to deviate from that, because in my mind, that's what we as society should start doing. Stop looking at what and labels and titles and all this, and just look at, hey, there's an individual, there's individuals, there's two individuals, and what? Let's get off all these titles and this, that, and other. So going forward, the rest of this interview, I don't give a damn what. We ain't got no titles no more. We ain't talking about no lifestyles. We ain't talking about this, that, and the third. We about to talk about Rod Lawson once a wheel. And matter of fact, we're going to turn up a little bit, and we about to have us some fun.
Amen.
Now, I think I know what the answer is to this next question. Who the damn boss is out of y'all two? Who the boss?
The boss out of both of us?
Yeah, who's the boss?
We just gonna go with, you know what? It's easy to say Wanston, and Wanston will probably say Leo. I think we're the boss. We're both the bosses, but it depends on what we're doing at the time, if that makes sense.
Okay. I would say,
like, I normally, I want to say, guide us to where we're going. Like, if you notice, we're at a lot of gaming events, because that's what I'm good at. And then when we get there, Wanston will be the boss because he's directing what we're doing as we're there.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I would say when it comes to like,
now if you're talking about like reaching out and on the phone, then go to Wanston.
Yeah, if it's like events and the day of the event, I would say me. Years ago, we had a show in Trenton, New Jersey. There was a performer. Leo always say, people think you're the boss. I'm not the boss.
I didn't take it personal because I told Wanston he was bossy a long time ago and he didn't listen to me. So our friend at the time came to Wanston and was like,
boss man.
Yeah, she called him boss man. And I just laughed in the back and looked at Wanston and I was like, I told you.
Well, she came to you first, and then you said you gotta talk to Wanston.
Because anything I say, he gonna wind up overturning anyway. So it don't make no difference, y'all.
Well, before we go any further, I finally got a reason I was almost late today. Because usually it's just be me. I was on the phone with one of the most important people in my life. And I looked, I said, oh, snap. I didn't really say snap. I said, hey, I got an interview. And the sad part is we was talking about the interview. That's what's so crazy. And I'm going to read this. Miss Pressure to You. And you know this, my daughter. I love that name, girl. Hey, Dad, this is Drika. My former co-host, Miss Drika, has changed her name to Miss Pressure to You. Hey, Chad. Hey, HOX. I came out the bushes for this one. Love Drika. If y'all done brought Drika out the damn bushes, I ain't seen Drake on YouTube in all damn near 2 years. Y'all must be special. So it is good to see my daughter here. And
We just asked for her the other day when you were on here.
yeah. I
I
was
just
telling
asked
her
how she was
about
doing.
that. I was telling her about that. Hey, why love to motivate? Part of the PBT, PBE, PBG, HYZ executive team says, F it. You are who you are and you love who you love. Amen. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Period. We don't even need to elaborate. Me and I say, hey, cousin Drika. Drika was just chiming in, and your favorite couple says, fire. Etta showing love to Drika. I'm not going to do this here. Now, my next question. Leo, I don't know what it is, what it was, what it could be. Now, damn, that Wanston, since you've been picking on Leo, Wanston, what has been your biggest accomplishment?
Publishing my book. That was one of my major accomplishments. Publishing my book. I was talking before marriage. Even I've always talked about it, and then when I got married to Leo, got together, I said I want to publish my book. I want to publish my book. And finally, when I decided to do it, and the stuff that I was putting in there, Leo was like, "You sure you want to do this? You sure you want to put all this stuff in there?" And I said, "Yeah." And he was supportive. He said, "Okay." So my biggest accomplishments, besides winning my first pageant, it was publishing my book.
Now, your first pageant, okay. And what pageant was that?
It was for an organization which is still going, Princess Janae Place. I became the brand ambassador for the organization where I helped people find housing in LGBTQ community. So that was for about a year and some, which led for me to do a lot of other things in the work field.
I want to read this because I couldn't. Matter of fact, before I read this, y'all, and I sent a text, and maybe my phone stopped working temporarily, or he may have been asleep, and I sent it to Meet as well. Anwar did have an outpatient procedure today, as you can see. He and Meet are doing well. They're on the YouTube, and I appreciate him. I mean, this individual, this man, my brother, had an outpatient procedure today, and he's on YouTube supporting.
Jesus.
Much love. Hey, I told you what I said in that text. I knew God had you, but just in case I needed to reapply, I sent another prayer. in case my credit was bad with the Lord, I had to send two prayers out. So, but me and I said that's a huge accomplishment, Wanston. So proud of you. Definitely motivation for us all, aspiring authors. And that's what I'm talking about. Now, notice that did I put an S on there? And Leo, before I ask this question to you, what happened to your damn comic book? Don't think I forgot, dog. Don't think I forgot.
Okay.
Oh, that's how black folks started off.
No. But you guys that don't know, but you probably seen the flyer. You have to be there on
October 11th.
October 11th for our 5th year company anniversary. There's a surprise coming.
So,
but the comic book is coming though.
Okay, gotcha. Now, so what was your biggest accomplishment, Leo?
Well, thank you for asking me that. I appreciate that. I feel like each decade I had a big accomplishment, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So it's hard to pick out one, but if I could pick out one from each decade, teenage years would probably be the Double Dutch contest. That was such a great experience, and I felt like I was probably in like Double Dutch heaven. That and winning track and coming in first place, because I had worked so hard for that. Like in 6th grade, I came in last. I was so devastated because I thought I was like the fastest. In 7th grade, I came in 2nd place, but they changed the awards, so it looked like I had came in last, but they just changed the awards. So I came in 2nd, and then in 8th grade, I finally came in 1st. And And I was like so proud of myself. And I was like, yo, I got faster throughout the years. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So those two would definitely be my biggest accomplishments in my teen years. My 20s, winning my first pageant, which was Mr. Gay New Jersey 2010. And why that's the big accomplishment is because I had lost my mother at 22 and I moved away. So it kind of helped me get over like my mother's death and my life changing and me moving away. It kind of helped with all of that. I actually won talent that year too, off of dancing, which was another really, I think me winning the pageant made me stop second guessing how good my dancing ability were. It was like, okay, you can stop guessing how good you are at dancing. You just won the pageant off of dancing. You're good now. 30s, I would say getting married to Wanston because that was me taking my power back from life. You know what I mean? Because 20s gave me up and down where you wanted to cry, you wanted to scream, you didn't know where you were going to be the next day some days. So being married put everything together and I was able to focus and go, okay, what's the next 10 years going to look like for you, bro? You getting up there. You need to like focus on what's coming because, you know, you're going to be old one day and you want to look back and make sure you accomplished stuff and did stuff and you're proud of yourself when you know what I mean? So, yeah, 30s was definitely, you know what I mean? Going into 40s, definitely having a company is teaching me how to be mentally strong. It's teaching me how to handle business, think faster, be stronger, not be so emotional. And then there's the comic book that's coming. Oh, my God. I'm so excited for that because I feel like I have to hit a home run for myself. Like, I look at it and go, Leo, if this was the last time you got to use your talent, you got to hit this out the park. Like, there's no second guessing. There's no going backwards. There's no swing and knock it out. You know what I mean? So this is me challenging myself and just challenging my talent. You know what I mean? Because you have to write. You have to have backstories. It has to make sense. It has to be fun. It has to be what you envision. And I'm excited for it. I'm happy. I'm glad that I got to work with some amazing people. Wanston being one of them, Trap being another, Queen Mina being another, and of course, two of these people I met off this incredible platform, YouTube. But yeah, the comic book is like, man, I'm excited to do it. You know what I mean? Because when you're younger, you don't think you can like. For those who don't know, I used to write like I had a notebook, and I used to write down wrestling matches because I had like a whole bunch of action figures. I was like the kid on the block that was obsessed with wrestling. Wrestling, we used to play wrestling in the backyard. I had wrestling toys, wrestling games, you name it, everything was wrestling.
Speaking of games and wrestling.
Yeah, like we used to jump off the roof and jump off the cars and jump off the gates. And I was a crazy kid. Crazy in a fun way, though. You know what I mean?
And here you are. How many Media Awards do you have for gaming?
Single or as in a group or all together?
No, just you for gaming.
I have 3.
How many do y'all have as House of X?
We have 6.
So altogether 9?
Me personally, I have 9, yeah, but you know, yeah. And if I can, I do want to say this because it's on my heart. Shout out to Adwar. Well, me and I. And I say this from the heart because I know a lot of people are not gamers. But I want to say thank you for what y'all do for the gaming community. It means a lot to me because I'm a gamer and I love gaming. And whether I win, lose, or indifferent, thank you for having a category for us. It means a lot to me personally. So I just want to say thank you and big up to y'all.
Which is going to lead to my next question. Y'all did a couple damn things I ain't done. One of y'all won the best interview channel of the year. I just was dying to win it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
But what I was thinking of, y'all flew to the Media Awards.
Yes.
What was that like to be there? Because I've never done it. 4-time trifecta. I won an award for Point Blank Travel, the Point Blank Experience, invested with Rod, and I've never been to the Mecca. What was it like?
It was a total different experience. Even though it had snowed a little bit, which is Atlanta, y'all cry over a little bit of snow. That was nothing comparing to New York. So it's different when you're there.
Yeah, it's very different.
because you get to walk up into the actual where the event is being held. You get to see the work of what they put in to do it.
They do put in a lot of work. So they had backstage passes for everybody and like little things on the table for everybody. And I was like, oh wow, they went already. They went all out for the 50th anniversary. But being there is the blast. For me, it was very emotional. Like I was probably crying the whole damn night.
And I
don't remember if I had glasses or not, but I remember hearing
to sit there and watch the actual show.
It's a different experience from watching it on YouTube or television. Like being there and watching it, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And then you get to meet their whole family. Like we got to meet the brother and his mother and her brother.
Yeah.
Who had on some nice shoes. Because him and Wanston had on even Wanston's shoes were nice. They had on nice shoes.
Yeah. See, you had to rub it in, didn't you? You had to rub it in. Because, see, I didn't think about that part. I've met all of Anwar's family, but I haven't met Meat's family. Y'all met Meat's brother.
Yeah.
Meat's brother was
and I'd like to thank y'all. This is the conclusion of this interview. No, I'm kidding.
And then you actually get to taste some of the black-owned liquors.
Yeah.
I think there was one drink that I have to get. I don't remember if it was the lemon drop that they had or was it the rum that was like the pink.
I'm not sure, but I know I had a bottle in my hand.
It was that one.
I don't know who took the picture. When I say the picture is amazing, I wanted to be the sponsor of the damn drink. I wanted to be on the ads and everything. I said, oh my God, if they could just take this picture and tour this all around the world, I will promote this. This picture with the bottle was so beautiful. The color scheme just went together. I think the bottle was clear and pink. And I had on blue and silk. It just, oh my God, the picture looked amazing.
Yeah, and then to see the setup where they do their lives and everything and so forth, it's more intimate.
Yeah,
when you actually see it in person.
Yeah, they have a beautiful home.
Yeah,
we also got to meet the Catrons that same night. Yeah.
One thing I've noticed about, and they always be present the times I've gone. When I went to New York, but the times I've gone to YouTube events, Anwar Meat was somewhere there, and their vibe just carries throughout the room. Whether it was, I haven't been to the Meat and I Awards, but I was at the Dallas meetup that Your Favorite Couple kind of orchestrated as far as planned it, all the events. The Meat and I cruise, then I go to New York, I meet Wanston, was pissed I didn't also get a chance to meet Leo together. But it's just amazing, all these relationships and how they're built initially from a virtual standpoint. And then they come to fruition when we meet each other in person. Do you ever wonder what happened to some of the people that used to watch y'all?
You start to think about them.
But that's a lot of people. Because we met so many people. Even when we had our solo channels, you know what I mean? There's so many people that aren't even YouTubers anymore.
Yeah.
And we had phone numbers and
there was a lady when we were promoting House of X on our separate channels. She was going through a lot of stuff in her life, managing her babies, managing her real life, and she used to do custom cups and everything. And Raven, yeah. So absolutely Raven, and we used to be on IG, Instagram, talking to her and trying to push her. But sometimes when a person life is so hectic, they can't afford to actually do the social media.
Yeah.
So I think we lost contact with her.
Amazing human being.
Amazing person.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That girl will keep you laughing.
At one point we had lost contact with Megan Rose, but she's back on YouTube.
Well, you can catch her on Instagram more,
Yeah.
but yeah, we met her on YouTube. Amazing human being. I loved her hairstyle when we first met her.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
reason I
another
asked that question because you see these people, you don't really meet them, but you feel like you know
Yeah.
them.
I believe eventually a long time ago we was going to meet and I, but it just had to be the right place, the right time, and maybe the right hour.
Yeah, like the stars have to align. You can't rush anything on here. Or just in the universe, a job, a paycheck, a friendship, or nothing. You want everything to fall where it's supposed to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like playing dominoes.
Yeah, I've been looking at a lot of my content and even looking at some of your content as I prepare for this interview. And we share some of the same viewers, same subscribers. And I'm like, man, what happened to that person? Watching your stuff, watching y'all's content. Like, man, what happened to him? What happened to her? What happened to them? Even some people I've interviewed, where did they go? What are they doing? So I just wondered. Now, I always ask this question. I meant to ask it a little earlier, but before I do, Drika has a question. I'm sorry, Miss Pressure, to you. What games do you play as a gamer? I was a little late, so I apologize if you spoke on this already. What games do you play, Leo?
Oh, I ain't gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you. Stay right there.
Oh, so he's gonna show you. All right, now I do want to say to the people out there while Leo's getting ready to show us something. If you haven't subscribed, I changed the banner at the bottom. If you're enjoying what you're hearing from Leo and Wanston, please, if you're not already subscribed to the House of X, please consider doing so. Also, if you're not subscribed to the Points Blank Experience, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm taking my time with this channel because as I go back, and I'm glad I'm streamlining it because as I go back, and look at my old stuff, I'm realizing that I could have had a part 1, 2, 3, or 4 of some of my interviews because that's how long they were. And my phone ringing over here. That's it's been quite.
When you're ready, let me know.
Right, it's been quite interesting just to see all the people, and I want to continue to grow. But I got some things that's coming up for this channel. But investment rod, everything's about to fall into place. But this channel here, I just want y'all to make sure you stay tuned because I got some things that come in here beyond interviews, beyond what y'all doing. So, all right, Leo, what you got for us, man?
Okay, so I got Marvel versus Capcom, the Fighting Collection. Wait, you gotta.
Yeah, you gotta get it out the green thing.
Hold on. How do you take the gray screen off?
1 second.
No green screen, my friend.
Just put your hand over it.
Oh, okay, we got. Can we do it? It's blue. That's why they can't see it. They can't see. Okay,
There you go.
Can we see it?
Yeah.
Can you see it? I don't
Marvel
know.
versus Capcom.
Hold on. I'm trying to. There we go. I got this Marvel versus Capcom Fighting Collection. I didn't upload it yet, but I'm going to upload it. Then we got 2K24 because I'm a big wrestling fan. Shout out to Kobe, bro. I got that I just brought to the channel. Me and Wanston have been playing this like every day. We're enjoying it. We got Sonic the Hedgehog, like Team Racing. I don't know. Yeah. I bought this game because Wanston likes it, and I really wanted to just take my channel in another direction. And soon you'll see Wanston on the camera more. But I wanted to start playing games with my husband, so I went out and bought this. And I said, I'm gonna start thinking of games we can play together instead of me just thinking what I like to play. Like give the audience something different. So I was like, it's definitely time to head in a different direction. Another game me and Wanston played. We got Crash. Hold on. Hold on. Back it up. Go forward. Back it up sideways. How you doing?
We get it, Leo. We get it. Hey, since you started, Miss Pressure.
We got. I know you can't see it, but we got Tekken 7 in my hand. We got Spider-Man Miles Morales, which was a really dope game. I thought it was hard until I actually sat down and played the game. I was like, oh, this is not a hard game at all. I got Game of Thrones, the Telltale story. I like the Telltale stories. They're just fun games to play. And then we got Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's just some of the games. I had more games that I would have, brought up here, but the back to school, I had my games in the bin, and Wanston took my bin and put more school stuff, and now my games are in the closet. So yeah, my house has a whole bunch of school supplies. Damn it, man.
All right, now this is a question that I ask everyone. If you could meet one person, Wanston, past, present, here or not, who would it be?
If I could be one person,
Meet, like sit down and talk to him.
who would it be?
If you wait, what's the question?
If I could be one person, who would it be?
Now, if you could meet,
Meet.
Oh, okay.
one person, past or present, living or deceased, who would it be?
I would say Michelle Obama.
All right, bro.
And why is that?
I like her solemnness. You never know what she's thinking, and I like her presence, like how she approach. So you never know what she's thinking at the time, and how she approach, and the way she talks, and also because she has a book out.
So if you're Arthur, you're gonna like him. That's what you're saying. All right. So Leo, if you can meet one person, past or present, living or deceased, who would it be?
Living or deceased, honey. I have so many people I would love to meet in life, just in general. For y'all that don't know, my favorite singer is Cisco, so I would love to meet him. But if we were talking about deceased, I would have loved to meet Mr. Perfect.
And in case you don't know, that's Paul Orndorff.
No, Kurt Hennig.
Oh, that's the other Mr. Perfect. And I think Mr. Wonderful. Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah, Mr. Wonderful is Paul Holmes.
No deal.
Okay, so a wrestler, and who was the other one?
A singer, Cisco.
Cisco. Okay. Good. So Cisco, Michelle Obama. Okay. I always ask because you never know what people are going to say, and you never know. That kind of make me understand what people may be thinking. And some people think people like their hobbies, like you like wrestling, or some people think of people like Michelle Obama. What I like about Michelle is she's very conservative, and very intelligent. So, all right. All right, so drink this. I'm sorry, I keep saying it. Miss Presley says, I love it. I'm also a gamer. I didn't even know that. See, I'm learning stuff on my own life. I knew her fiance was, but I didn't know she was. I took it back to Chicago, I guess is how you said, GTA, Vice City. This baby and my man has me on Call of Duty. See, I be trying them, man, but there's too much going on for me. Now, I play some and we are at the 1 hour and 30-minute mark, and I do have to keep and be cognizant. So I'm only going to ask a few more questions because they are an hour ahead of me on Eastern Standard Time in the Bronx. So one of the things that I want to know, I'm sure the people may be curious. We always see Wanston cooking, but Wanston, what's your favorite thing to eat?
Favorite thing to eat is Jamaican food. And I love chicken wings.
That's your favorite thing right there, chicken wings, child.
Yes.
What about you, Leo?
I have a lot of different foods.
Okay. Go ahead. You don't have to just say one.
Okay. I like surf and turf. You want to explain what that is for them that don't know? Go ahead.
I made it one time in my channel on his hook. So it's basically linguine pasta or fettuccine pasta with steak and shrimp.
Okay,
Mm.
a meal for a king. I'm telling you. I mean, I like steak now that I can eat it.
You used to good eat it?
No, what happened was when I was younger, I had teeth that needed to come out in the back, so I couldn't eat steak. It would hurt my mouth.
Mm.
When I met my husband, we went to the dentist and had my teeth pulled out in the back. So I have teeth to smile with, but no teeth in the back.
Mm. Got it.
Yeah, and even that was crazy. Like going to the dentist. Oh my god, I got the first 3 pulled out, and that was good. Then the next year I went and got 2 teeth pulled out, and the guy left the tooth in there, almost bled to death, child. So I had to go to the hospital, and they took out the rest of the tooth. It was crazy.
Wow.
Then I
So,
had to go to the dentist and then get the other 2 teeth pulled out. It's
so
because I ate a lot of sugar growing up. Like I was a hyper child.
uh-huh.
Lots of candy, lots of gum, lots of soda. Like I run off sugar. Well, back then I did anyway.
So is it safe to say, Leo, can you cook?
Breakfast, yeah.
Brother,
always
hey, brothers always start with we start with sandwiches and then we graduate to breakfast.
No, I think my mother taught me breakfast because she knew I had like a short attention span. Like I would probably cook something and then go play the video game and forget it was on the stove. So she just taught me how to make breakfast because it was simple and easy.
So in the breakfast arena, what's your favorite thing to cook?
My favorite things I can make scrambled eggs, bacon, toast. Wanston taught me how to make pancakes.
Breakfast then. Okay.
But yeah, Wanston taught me how to make pancakes. So I know how to make pancakes.
Wanston, you're a chef. You're working on another book outside of the volume 2. I ain't going to talk about that. I'll leave that to you. But what's your favorite thing to cook?
Favorite thing to cook. There's so many. I think I more so like doing oven stuffers because I get to be creative with it. So that's more so my favorite thing to do.
Okay. I got 3 more questions. I got to make these count. If a young person, I've never asked this question in this manner, a young person approached y'all, didn't know who you were, didn't know the stat, just saw y'all on the street, a young male or female, and said, hey, I need some advice in life. And they were probably about 16, 17 years enter adulthood. What advice would y'all give individually, collectively? It's up to you how you want to answer.
Need advice on life. Okay.
And now this life, they were general, just like that. I just need advice on life.
First,
That's a good question.
it is a good question. First, I would probably ask them, like, are they in school? Are they working? So I could probably get a better background
Yeah.
on them. And
Ask
then
them if they have any goals and where they're headed to or how to get
Yeah.
to those goals.
and then also try to find out if their housing preference, meaning if they're living somewhere, if they're not living somewhere. Once I got the background, then I can probably give them the advice on what they need help with.
Okay. What about you, Leo? I think you kind of chimed in. I don't know if you had anything.
Yeah.
Else.
I agree with what Wanston said, but one is be true to yourself and find your passion. Don't rush it because passion may not be there at the moment. It's something that you have to discover later on in life. But once you find it, just stay focused on what you love to do and enjoy your life the best way you can. And keep God first, and no matter what you do.
Man, y'all, I couldn't have said it any better. I mean, and I like keep God first. I like the passion. Don't rush it because I know me personally, I for years didn't know what I want to do. Sometimes I still wonder, did I do what I wanted to do? As far as life is concerned, and look at this. What made me ask that question is, I think it's two things I would say to a person. I don't want to get too deep, and I probably won't ask too many questions. I don't even want to try to figure too much out. But never stop learning is one bit of advice I would give. I'm not saying get a degree. I'm not saying get a certificate. I'm saying never stop learning and start saving now.
Yeah.
I don't care about money being king. I don't care about credit being king. But what I will say, if you want control of your life, eventually start saving. I don't care. I went to Chase Bank to get a deposit. I rarely go inside of a bank. And this woman had a young kid, about 8, 9, maybe 10. I ain't gonna lie, because I had this interview coming up and I'm moving. I was getting a little frustrated because he was counting out pennies. Who does that in 2025? And then he went to the nickels and the dimes and the quarters. I was like, Lord, have mercy, I'm gonna be here all day. And at the end of it, that young man had $36.50. When I was his age, I'd be lucky if I saw $3.60, not 36. So I'm gonna tone it down. I'm not gonna ask 3 questions. I'm gonna ask 2 more questions. The last one is simple, but the next one, where do y'all see House of X in the next 5 years?
The next 5 years.
Or the next 3? Or in the future? In the future. We won't
In
put
the
a time
future.
in the future.
We should have the building that we want where we can actually run our studio out of it, have our store inside of it, be able to have our own location where we can do our events and our gaming cafe in all in one or a separate building. So that is one of our major goals, to actually have a building where we can house our own business and where people can actually come to either, if they need to record their videos, use the studio or whatever, they can actually be able to come in and use the studio.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Leo? Anything other than that you could think of? Or
next 5 years or 3 years. Well, my book will definitely be out. So I mean, we definitely have that. Having our own Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I definitely see that in the next 5 years. And what Wanston said, just focus on the building and trying to put it all together. You know what I mean? And I don't know, life is just good. You know what I mean? Even if it's in slow-mo, it's so good. And I feel like the stars are aligning for us. You know what I mean? Like the dots are connecting. So, you know what I mean? The sky's the limit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. So we can expect to see House of X around for a while.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
and we'll be live soon. I don't want people think we forgot that. We're handling an outside business so that we can bring better business.
Even though, like, let's say we get a building or something or whatever, we're still gonna be here.
Yeah, we'll still be here.
Yeah.
Okay. My last question. Was this an experience or not?
Yes, it was.
I want to say yes. I'm very happy, very pleased. I don't know if he was nervous. I was very nervous. Like, I was happy and nervous at the same time, and I didn't know what emotion to feel. As we got closer, even today, I was like, I woke up and I was like, oh, today's the interview. And as time went down, I was like, why do I feel like I'm super nervous? Like, And I think it's because we know you and you know us, but we didn't like call you and be like, hey, don't ask this or don't ask that or do ask that. Like we just let it flow. So going into it, I was just like, okay, it's go time. But the experience was definitely here tonight. Like I felt comfortable. Thank you for making us feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And you asked different questions.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was hard. That was hard because it's so much about y'all, but y'all have been interviewed by a lot of people, and that makes the questions get harder and harder to come up with because you do get repetition. Because even though I've heard them a million times, because I watch y'all and I enjoy watching y'all, some people may not know the questions that I ask. I had to ask some, but one of the things that Leo said backstage before we started, we trust you. That's been a lot. And I do have a spiel that I give to every guest. Those 3 things that I don't talk about, and out of respect for the guests. And we did that tonight, and it was good. I didn't know I was sharing my thing, but this song here, man, I couldn't end this interview without hearing this song. So I just gotta hear this here, and I'm gonna make the screen a little bigger.
Where you have just been entertained. I'm Wanston.
This is way up.
And this is the House of X Entertainment. We're glad you asked. Yes. So, House of X Entertainment is an independent company that brings your entertainment to you via live broadcast or your nearest bar. We be in the bar. Your nearest club. Find us in the club. Hey, you can find us in the club. Or your nearest banquet hall, restaurant, wherever we bring you the live broadcast.
I wanted to play that, ladies and gentlemen, and I wanted to end this conversation, this interview with that. What I saw there was growth, but I also saw what I enjoyed and what made me gravitate and attracted to the House of X. Authenticity. They stay entertaining. They ain't lying. They got the right slogan. And at the end of the day, they just said in their advice that they would give to a young person. I don't care what you say, whether you like them, don't like them, or in between. They're true to themselves. They are to who they are. You're going to like it. You're going to love it. But at the end of the day, you have to respect. 2 of the hardest working men, not only on YouTube, and I foresee going into the future, the brand, the name, House of X is going to be beyond social media. And we're going to be able to look at and see or win. That being said, Ms. Pressure want to know, how can we follow y'all for all socials? But she
We have a website.
So if you on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, is House of X ENT. So if you just type in House of X ENT, you'll see the logo, and then the logo will take you separately to our separate Instagram. So just type in House of X ENT, and it'll come up on Instagram, it'll come up on Facebook, it'll come up on Twitter, Threads. Basically, yeah. We've linked our Facebook and our Instagram, our Threads together. So basically, everything that we post just automatically goes. Yeah. So you'll basically see everything there. And then on YouTube, it's basically House of X ENT. Yeah.
And Meet and I, part of the Alliance, just dropped their Instagram link for House of X and involving others showing love to House of X. And I am going to give House of X a solo spotlight. Is there anything y'all want to say to the people before we leave? I would like for y'all to, but I'm going to be right here because I'm going to do my closing statements, and then we'll get out of here.
Okay. First, I want to say personally thank you to PBE, Rod, for this amazing interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. This was well in the making, long overdue.
Okay.
So thank you again. This was definitely a great experience. Now, if you guys would like to be a part of the X family, you can go ahead, subscribe to us at houseofxentertainment.com, where House of X, and you'll find us there. Or if you have not, or you have visited our website, which is houseofxentertainment.com, you can find us there. Also, for those that would like to still help with supplies for the back to school, the list is closing out by Friday. Only because we have to pack all this
That's
stuff.
tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah. We have to pack up all this stuff, and you won't really have the opportunity to go on Amazon because we have to pack up the stuff. And then sometimes, if you don't have Prime, depending on when stuff comes in, it may come before or after the back to school. So you can also send it to our digital monetary stuff, whether it's his Cash App or Zelle. Cash App is House of X ENT, where you can actually send your donations for supplies, or just inbox us on Instagram. But again, thank you all for your time.
For me, I want to say, Rod, thank you for having us on your show. It was a great experience. Okay, my brother, you better get it. You're to everybody watching. For those that don't know, we do have the character shirts out right now on the website. So if you'd like one or to purchase one, please do go to our website and buy one. We also have House of X glasses, the character shirts. Wanston's books was on the website as well.
Yes. October the 11th. So we will be doing our 5-year anniversary in person as well as virtual.
Yeah.
So if you want to be in person, you don't have to pay. Just come, drink, eat, and celebrate. There will be a performance as well. We'll be revealing the cover for Leo's comic book. So you will get to see the cover for the comic book, as well as a performance by Jennifer Love, and just come and have fun. Play games, play tabletop games, win some raffles, and enjoy. Yeah. Okay, welcome to the live, everybody.
Okay.
Yes.
How y'all doing? That's a nice picture, man.
Yes, it is.
Okay, nice picture, man. We gotta go to this place. We've never been here.
That's downtown by Okay, there we go.
Okay. Shout out to that clip right there. That's the first time I won a cruising award.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is our lovely website, guys. Yes. And
if you go to shop, it'll show you the
amazing stuff.
Yeah. It also has the page with the okay, there we go. So yeah, we have the book bag right now. We have the phone case right now, which we have on our phones as well. We have Coins, which is Wanston's brand. The book bag we're gonna get really, really soon.
Yes.
We're about to have some new merch with the characters coming really, really soon too.
And the best part about it, guys, we offer Afterpay, so you can even use Afterpay.
Some of these things are coming down. We do have the gift card for those that like to drink. We have the wine glasses. We have the Team Leo. Oh no, that's Are You Gaming or Nah? We have that shirt. Next to that is that's your shirt.
Yes.
Yeah, your kitchen shirt. And then next to that is King with Coin.
Equal coins.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you go to the next page, it'll show you the clock and all the other stuff.
Yes. I'll show you the clock and all the other stuff that's on there. Okay, yeah. So that
this is the wine glass. This is the blue sweater right here is the name of Wanston's book, which is
Your Pain Is Your Purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
I might want to go cop that.
And then Love Is Love.
Yeah, we have Love is on there too.
Yes.
Okay, so no matter what lifestyle you're in, love is love. Okay.
Yeah.
We have Get It, Get It, Get It for those that like that slogan. We definitely have that on there. We have Team Leo Nation next to that. Below that, we have the clock with the characters on it.
Yes.
And then next to that is We Stay Entertaining.
May have to cut the cup for whiskey glass. Yes, Meat Night. That's actually our newest items that we have on there. Our newest items actually that we have on there. Yeah. The clock is one of our newest items actually that we just put on there to promote the characters.
Yeah.
And the
that's
comic.
Trigger Trap right there.
Yeah.
I think below him is my character, Leo X. Across from me is Teddy X, and then below is Queen Mina.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that clock in my gaming office.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 4 of us that have that. Trap, one of his people, I have it, and somebody else has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I like that clock, and I was talking, but I realized I was, because I'm on the website, and that cartoon character, I remember when y'all introduced Trap, I'm like, oh, cartoon. So I went and created my own cartoon character, but he ain't a superhero. He just got a suit on. But hey, man, y'all see it right there. Big things. I'm gonna unshare this screen, but please check them out. All I did, if you don't want to remember it, I went to Google and typed House of X Entertainment. First thing that popped up. I didn't have to search. I didn't have to scroll. It popped right up. Took me right to the website. I didn't have any problems. And hey, we gotta support our people, man. We support them everywhere else. I went to Walmart last night, and I saw I supported a lot of African Americans. They just don't happen to be working there. But we need to support our Black-owned businesses.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
We need to support our Black-owned businesses. So my closing comments, man, tonight, once again, we have witnessed greatness, and it was reiterated to myself that House of X reminds me that we don't judge a book by its cover. We need to look at all the pages. You may judge a book by its cover. It could be the cheapest cover that an author could ever come up with. But you get to reading the story. And the pages in between the cover that looked a little ragged and a little cheap and not so well put together was so good that you had to read it twice. We need to start taking a second look at individuals that we may judge the first time and not be judging the right character. That goes for Rod, Leo, Wanston, and anybody else walking the face of this earth. I only bring the best of the best to this channel. Every time I come here, I learn something on any of my channels. Yes. The day I stop learning is the day I want to stop existing. We don't never stop learning. It's easy to point fingers and blame everyone else for things that we may be going through. I made a post on Instagram right before I came back home. Well, here, I don't know where I live anymore. I got an apartment over there and a house here. I posted humble beginnings. And as I walk out of, and I just did a live, I think I called it and I'm starting all the way over. I went and bought me an air mattress last night, a TV, and some towels, all of it from Walmart. And I think I'm gonna have me a Walmart house. That's the conclusion I came to last night. Those of you that are worried about what you have and all that stuff, be thankful for what you have. Amen. You'd be surprised. And last night, man, I sat outside in my little $17 chair. $17. And I just thank God that I had a roof over my head. With that being said, subscribe to the Point Blank Experience. It's more than a YouTube channel. It is an experience. Give the video a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell. Check out all the channels on the Point Blank Network and let me pull that up real quick if I can find it. Man, they keep changing this stream. On food that still got it, and they keep changing. Real quick, to the left, you have Point Blank Travel. That is the time where we talk about around the country. No money out of your pocket. You have the logo. PBL has been rebranded to Investing with Rod. We have Point Blank Clips that was rebranded to Point Blank Boulders, where we're taking the longer videos and we're making short clips. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do this one because right when I click go live, otherwise I didn't have any more space, so I couldn't record this, but I got other ways. And this on the entire Point Blank network was not a PIN number. Yes, it's a PIN number to life. They grind in 20 a week, 365 days a year. With that being said, as I end each and every live stream, shoot for the moon. If you don't make it, you will be amongst the stars. I can guarantee you. It ain't what you've done. It ain't what you've been. It's where you're going. We can't change yesterday, but we have a hell of an influence on tomorrow. Remember that, and much love, y'all. With that being said, it's time to raise up. It's time to go. And in the words of said entertainer,